I've just pitched my Voyager, 2-man, 4-person tent. This is the inner of the Voyager. I've just pitched it in my living room. Absolutely brilliant. As you can see, you can pick it up and move it around. It's very, very lightweight. Absolutely love it. Basically, that's the setup. Semi-Geodesic. I think, from what I gather from what my friend tells me, this is a 3000mm hydrostatic head internal. On the top part, that's for sure, because this is just pure mesh. So my friend Shawnee will be getting a call, see if he can just cover that up there. The poles overlap from there. Bit of a bugger to get these in to start off with. Well, I think it's a bugger, being as it is in my living room, but pretty easy, I should imagine, actually in the field. You can see how it overlaps. There, that goes underneath these here, and then goes into the outer eyelets. The inner eyelets are there for when you've had a bit of rain and it's, I guess the outer's a bit wet through and the inner's a bit wet through or whatever, and you just need to pitch a bit closer. But this is how it is, basically. Quite a heavy duty sort of material in comparison to the Voyager Light, I believe. But that's the front as we look. These are all sleeves, so they're all secured, double stitched to the inner tent, in comparison to the super light, which is just clipped on, which makes it a little bit more unstable. So as you can see, that's it basically in terms of what you can do with it. Well, if you can tell me about this. See underneath it. I'm just lifting it up. So in bad conditions or fairly bad pitch, you just pick it up and move it back. You can even get out and then turn it around if you so wish, which I shall demonstrate in the middle of the night, if that's what you wanted to do. Demonstrably better than the Trailstar in that respect, that's for sure. It is a 4-season shelter in a first, so one would hope that this stuff doesn't completely soak through. It's got a DWR finish. Like I say, it's got a hydrostatic head of about 3000, I believe. So I guess we can have a look inside the Voyager now. And it opens by a zip that's doubled there. This, as you can see, is a mesh outer door, and it's no-seam midge netting to cover. You've got a slightly higher denier black outer there, probably to reinforce. The underneath of the bathtub, it is bathtub all the way around. I think it's a 6000mm hydrostatic head, or 7000, one of them anyway. I know the flies are around about 6000, so it's proper stuff. None of this silk nylon stuff that's only about 1000. This is proper 4-season stuff. As you can see, it's quite tall to look at, and that is approximately, they say, about 100 centimetres. It's a little bit taller than that. It's certainly a little bit taller, I think, than my lowest pitch of my Trailstar. So there you go, that's the inside of the Voyager. I think it's a bit hard to see inside it, but it's quite roomy. It does go down a bit at the bottom there, so I think it's about 90 centimetres at the bottom and about 120 width across. It's fairly roomy, looks nice. Like I say, It's a good hydrostatic head on the bathtub. No water's getting through that. I think it's their proprietary sort of water block style thing. It's quite warm in here. Actually adds a bit of thermal insulation given the quality of the inner. Just going round, as you can see, some of the features. Mesh pocket there. It's quite solid on that side, on the right hand side. Mesh pocket there. These are not cheaply sewn in either. These are double stitched. Mesh pocket there. Nothing interestingly down at this side, so one could only assume that this here is to pocket the actual door, which I'll come to in a minute. As you can see, this is me looking outside, just about touching my head there, which is similar to the Trailstar. Take you a bit further out here, nowhere near. Now I'm 5'10", close to 5'11". It's a good height there. Looking back. So then you've got down here is another mesh pocket, which is really groovy. Put your stuff in there, I guess. If you can see it, you can't really appreciate it because they're dark. And that's completely mesh, which is for ventilation. Winter use, that will definitely get a Sil nylon treatment, and that will be covered for that added sort of like protection, which will make me very happy and keep everything nice and warm. Looking inside the tent, that's a definite echo to it. As you can see, it slopes down. I mean, my head is just touching where my hair is because it's a bit spiky. So it's a good size, as you can see by the side of me. Got a fair enough amount of room. The good thing about this tent, the idea is to sit with your head down there, but up here is equally as beneficial in the sense that you've got the mesh there, so you could feasibly sleep like this with your head down here. Okay, oh, and there'll be your feet up there, as you can see. The best configuration, I think, is probably this way. So you have your mat, and it'll fit with your L7 very nice. Now, I don't know if you can see, that's the top of the thing. There's my head, and I'm certainly not as squashed as what I was in the Zephyros one. Loads of room, as you can see there between me. That's the side of the wall. That's my leg. There. Yeah, okay. And then it's the side of the wall. My leg. At least a foot and a bit. Down at the bottom, as you can see, that's my feet. Okay, and that's my feet gone. So again, it's like a foot and a half. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Okay. I'm just going to show you the mesh now. Let's open the mesh door. If you can. There you go. And that is full no-seam midge netting. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a door. Where do you want to put that door? Well, you can shove it in there, out of the way, if you so wish. So that becomes I guess a pocket to hide your stuff away. All of a sudden, it's away, giving you complete ventilation. So feasibly, you can sit there with this, like that, and you won't be bit or mithered by the midges. Okay? You've got the little webbing loops there for your lanterns, light, same there as well. So there you go. I'm going to put the fly sheet over it now, and you can see, obviously it's not going to be coming out as a porch because you can't see that, because it's not pegged down. You can see how it attaches. There's a fly sheet, I'll just show you now. It's got the webbing loops here, as you can see. It corresponds to the webbing loops on there. So you pull these down and then attach to that to that. So there you go, there's the Voyager, sort of like fully erect really. The fly's gone over it nice and easy, which you can appreciate now. I guess it's just a matter of getting these seams running flush with the other stuff as well. It's just about moving things around. Can't get it right in here, obviously, because it's not pegged down and secured. All these bungee points got like a harder sort of thing there. These are peg out points as well to pull out to give it some stability. Peg out points there with some nice thick rope with line locks. There's a porch, which you can see I've improvised a little bit to try and enable, so you can see that sort of size to it. These also are guide points, so you put your guy line through there and Bob's your uncle. So you've got one here, gives some nice stability there. One there, a little cowling or hood here that keeps the weather nicely off the occupant, off me, as you can see. And like I say, this is the porch. You can't really make sense of it because it's a bit, put it back a bit if it will allow. I don't think it will. There you go, about 80 centimetres in length. The porch is not massive, but it does the job. One configuration, which it pulls down on both sides. Just be able to see inside it. So there's the porch. Enough space probably for your backpack and to sit in there if you pull it out nicely. So this is what I was saying before. And then you've got more of a space here. That's tied back into that configuration, flat against there. And then you've got space there to open up if you've got a decent enough day that permits. Ties back into there. Pegs out. Obviously it's very, very slack because I can't peg it out basically. But it gives you an idea of the versatility of this porch. Of course the full porch can be pulled back if you needed to pitch this alpine, whereby you've got no sort of pegging points really. Rocks and bits and bobs that can be taken, so you don't have a porch really. Everything goes slap bang into there. So there you go, there's a Voyager. Pretty impressive, very happy with it.